Well, let me tell you about the deep sea corals. Not too long ago, maybe 20 years ago, we didn't know there was a magnanimous uh, deep sea coral reef in depths like 200 to 800 meters all over the world oceans. There are 100,000 seamounts on the seafloor of the world oceans. These seamounts are very poorly explored. Some of them have enormous gardens of deep sea coral reefs. Some of them are scleractinian corals, like very hard shelled, and some of them are soft corals, octocorals. And these corals are disappearing because we did not manage the seamounts and we did trawling. Now we are careful. United Nations, UNEP, has described all the deep sea coral reefs, so we are careful not to trawl over the deep sea corals. You must know that with climate change, the tropical warm water coral, including Great Barrier Reef, are disappearing right in our own eyes. 80% of the Great Barrier Reef is already gone. So deep sea coral is some precious biosphere or bioherm, and this seascape must be protected from human abuse, ocean acidification, deoxygenation, thermal increase. What do? We need to create marine protected areas. What I am advocating very strongly to lawmakers is let us make 50% of the ocean within the EEC, 13 miles from the shore, and offshore in the high seas, 50%. The fishers can fish in the rest of the 50%. For biodiversity conservation and protection, we must have 50% of the seafloor protected. This is precisely what I am bringing up in an e-book, which I am now writing, and it will be out for people to read. And that book spells this out clearly, because for the sake of future generation, we need to make policies to protect our ocean from disappearing in our own eyes. Quite frankly, I tell all the time that policymakers are pilots, but the scientists are co-pilots. They are not just passengers sitting in the back row, being even insulted by some lawmakers. Lawmakers must look at the scientists as people who advise them to make law. Period. This has to come about soon at the level of our nation. Our nation must respect the international community, IPCC, and sign again the Paris Agreement. It's very important. We need people at the US Congress, Senate, and even at the White House to do prudently to sign international agreements on climate change based on what we decided and unanimously agreed in Paris Agreement. Let us do that. With that, I will stop now. See you all later.